Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Crafty Concepts with Erin. Today I'm going to create a scrapbook layout featuring this gorgeous You Are Enough collection. This is brand new, just released May 1st from Close to My Heart. So I'm going to give you a look at this collection now. If you are already familiar with it or you just can't wait and you want to get to the creative process, jump ahead to 3 minutes and 47 seconds, or you can click the timestamp in the description box below and it'll take you right to that crafty process. But let's take a look at this gorgeous paper pack. I am really appreciating all of the rose gold foiling detail in this paper pack. It's really stunning. So there's 2 pages or 2 sheets of each pattern and they're double-sided, so lots of options. If one side doesn't speak to you, the other side surely will. So as I show you these, I want to just kind of give you the details. This special You Are Enough is available through the month of May, and you can get the entire bundle for 20% off. So if you love all the things, you can take advantage of that deal. And Close to My Heart is offering some Facebook Live events where they're going to be creating projects on June 21st. There will be a card making workshop, following that on the 23rd an album workshop, and on the 25th a scrapbooking workshop where they will help you create several beautiful layouts and walk you through the entire process. So lots of fun things happening with this collection. Lots of options and events coming up. So I, of course, love to do my own thing because I really enjoy the creative process, and I'll be creating my own layouts to give you even more inspiration for this collection. Isn't this cool? It reminds me of that technique when you blow the alcohol inks around with a straw and you get this really pretty look. I think that's going to make an awesome background. So this is the stamp set that is available with this collection. I love how you can mix the sentiments to create titles. There are the coordinating thin cuts. If you don't have a die cutting machine, you can get this stamp without the thin cuts. And the butterfly, everything in green there has a coordinating thin cut die. There is a pocket card collection, the Picture My Life cards, and these are really useful. You can do so many more things than pocket scrapbooking. I like to include these as embellishments, fussy cut them out, use them as title elements, lots of good things. And they're double-sided, and the orientations, you get horizontal or vertical, and so they really are customizable. And then there's 2 sizes, the smaller size as well as the larger 4x6 here. This collection really has a positive message to it. First of all, it's titled You Are Enough, but the stamp set, you can, combine the different stamped images to say like you are beautiful enough, strong enough, brave enough, wonderful. The Picture My Life cards say like follow your heart, glow getter, boss babe, you already have what it takes. This could be a really cool graduation page. I don't know, because people are graduating right now, so maybe that's just what's on my mind, but I do love the message. Now this is the cardstock, and it also has that rose gold foiling. So you can see the pattern and the shine. The other side is solid. So you get one of the foiled and then a coordinating solid piece of cardstock for each color. So Sapphire, Peach, and Glacier all have that kind of diamond pattern. And then the Mulberry, Ballerina, and Bluebell have a different foiled pattern on there. So if you guys caught my Party Girl layout that I created, you saw a little bit of this paper, how I did the overlay on her dress, which turned out really fun. So I have this photo of myself. This is my YouTube profile picture, so I thought it was a really good photo to tell the story of how and why I got started on my YouTube journey. Now, we tend not to scrapbook photos of ourselves very often. It can be a little weird. We tend to focus on the kids, our pets, family events, things like that, and leave ourselves out. We're like the person behind the camera, right? You guys, are you with me on that one? I have had to make a conscious effort to include myself into the albums because I'm doing this for my kids and hopefully one day grandkids. I think they're going to want to know these stories and enjoy having this information. So I've, like I said, had to make an effort to include pictures of myself and just tell my story because nobody's going to do it for you. So take pictures of yourself and include them in the album. Otherwise, you're like the mystery lady, right? The mysterious person behind the camera that occasionally shows up in family photos. You guys know who I'm talking about. You saw that I folded this paper in half, and that was just to give me a cutting guide to go corner to corner, and I'm going to create a diagonal element across my layout here. I have cut a couple sheets or photo mats of the Sapphire. We have the foiled and then the solid cardstock, and I'm matting those behind my photo. We're going to put it right in the center here. I want to add a little ink splattering, so I'm going to lay down my all-purpose mat just to protect my work surface. This has a silicone back so it doesn't slide around, and then the front is a wipeable surface, so it's great for any type of mixed media. So this is the Sapphire Shimmer brush. I'm squeezing it out onto my mat just to make sure the tip is nice and saturated. And then using another pen, I'm just tapping to get that color. Not only do we get the color, but there's also shine as well, which I know you can't really appreciate on camera, but trust me, it's there and it looks awesome. I will get my all-purpose mat cleaned up off camera, and then we're ready to get back to our layout. So I'm bringing back in my photo mats, but before I glue these down, close to my heart's cardstock has that white core, so I'm just sanding it to bring out that cool distressed look, and then I can get these adhered right here in the center of my layout, and then we'll start working on our embellishments. That's the fun part, right? Not really, it's all fun. I love the entire creative process, but the embellishments seem to be like where the magic happens, and it kind of pulls everything together. I'm using the two smallest of the 3D flowers, and there's 4 flowers in total and the stamens. So you get 5 dies in that collection. And then this is the new leaf layers die. I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's going to go fast. So if you guys want this, don't hesitate. I'm going to be incorporating these leaves. They're the perfect size to go along with these flowers. So I'm bringing in my die cutting mat here. I have Bluebell cardstock, and I have 2 sheets just to maximize my die cutting because I need lots of these flowers. So now I'm going to get 2 of each cut at once, and then I'm using this particular layered leaf, and I'm using the mulberry. Now this is a new color. This is only available in the pack. So as you can see, it's 2-sided. You get the true and then a lighter version. And so we're going to run that through my die cutting machine. Now I saw Julie offering some great tips over on her channel, The Scrap Zone. If you guys haven't checked her out, you definitely should. But she just mentioned that you can run multiple layers of paper through at once. You know, you can do 2. And I thought, oh, sometimes I take it for granted that you guys know that, and that is a really smart time-saving tip. She also showed how you could just drop the flowers and pop those right out faster than taking your paper piercer and popping them out. I also cut 3 flowers and some butterflies off camera. The butterfly dies are also part of this special, and I used the smallest overlay there to create those. So we're bringing back in our all-purpose mat. I'm going to do a little ink blending with the Bluebell and my sponge dauber, and I want to add some color to these flowers. So I've cut these out of the Bluebell cardstock, but just to give them a little bit of depth and dimension, I'm using my ink blending tool to go around and add shading to the edge of these petals. So a little bit about the photo. I actually snapped this. My husband and I were going out to dinner, so I was all dressed up, my hair and makeup and everything, and I was feeling pretty good, and I thought, oh, I'm going to take some pictures because I needed a profile picture for my YouTube channel. So I snapped some pictures, and I decided that I liked this one for my profile pic. And so I thought, perfect to tell the story of how and why I got started on my YouTube journey. I've been a close to my heart maker since 2007, and I signed up because I wanted all the pretty things, and the discount seemed like the smartest thing to do. There was no way I wanted to run a home-based business. I have a job. I'm a registered veterinary technician. I'm homeschooling my kids, or was at the time, and you know, we live on a farm, so there's lots of chores and things to take care of. So again, I just wanted it for the discount, and that's why I signed up. For some odd reason, I waited until the busiest time of my life when I have teenagers and I'm running them around, personal taxi cab, life is crazy. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Now seems like a good time, right? You know, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It really just depends on what you want to do with it. And I wasn't making time to scrapbook or craft at all. Life was busy, and it was just something that kept getting pushed to the back burner. And that made me sad because I love it. So I thought by starting a YouTube channel, I could create layouts. It'll kind of hold me accountable. And I knew it was something I wanted to try for a year. And if nothing else, I will have gotten a lot of scrapbooking done, and that's a win-win in my book, right? Believe it or not, I got a lot of negative feedback when I shared this idea, and people were very discouraging. They're like, oh, YouTube is a saturated platform. There's a gazillion crafters out there. You're wasting your time. And like I said, I'm like, I'm creating layouts. To me, that's never a waste of time. I'm getting to craft. It's giving me a reason to do it. And so I ignored everybody and just began my journey. Back to the project, I am creating these flowers. I glued the petals together, two of the larger, two of the smaller, offsetting them. I filled the center with liquid glass, and then I poured the bitty beads into the center, and this makes a really cool flower center. If you want to see more of this, I did create a Mother's Day card with this same technique, and I can leave that in the description box below. But it is such a cool look, and the liquid glass dries clear, and you get these beautiful textured beaded centers. I put the rest together off camera, so you didn't have to watch that process, but I have white and blue, and I like how we have the bluebell ink on the white flowers, but it gives us some varied sizes and colors. So this word create, it has that beautiful foiling. That is off the sticker sheet, but I took my anti-static pouch and removed the adhesive so I could move that around and make sure I was happy before it was permanently adhered. I've done the same with this beautiful foiled butterfly. I keep saying beautiful, but it is. I love the foiling. It's gorgeous. So I know I want these two key elements from the sticker sheet kind of in this orientation. And then I'm going to follow the diagonal line that my paper has made and create my embellishment cluster on that diagonal line. I'm tucking the leaves behind the flowers, and you could definitely create layers with these layered leaf dies, but I am just going to use this top overlay piece. I like the laciness of it, and it kind of goes along with the same feel of these butterflies here. So I'm just kind of auditioning the pieces to see where I want them. And I cut extra flowers, but I think I'm going to stick with the 3. I think that's a good balance. And any more would just kind of be cluttered up, but I do want to add more of the foiling. So I pulled these 2 stickers off of the sticker sheet here. They say play and work, and in my mind I thought, oh, that's perfect for this layout and story, because crafting, it is definitely like play to me, but I've turned my hobby into a business, so that's where the work word comes in. So I'm just finishing up tucking these little elements under, and I think that less is more. We don't want to overdo it with the embellishment. So I'm going to save those pieces for another project and then go ahead and get these adhered down. I am incredibly thankful that I ignored the negative comments and just went for it and started my YouTube channel. I have gained so much from this journey, and I'm really excited to see what the future has in store. It has opened the doors up to a crafting community that for some reason was unreachable to me before. I have met so many wonderful people. This has led me to be a part of the creative design team, and I am very thankful for each and every one of the ladies on the creative design team. They're all very special to me, and even though we've never met in person, I feel like we've been friends for a long time. I am over the top appreciative of all you guys too, because you are what has made this possible. And without your support, my channel would be nothing. So thank you so much. And I love your comments. There are quite a few of you that are regulars, and I just get a big smile on my face when I get that notification that one of you has left a comment, and it's fun. And I look forward to reading each and every one of them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So back to the layout. You guys are probably tired of listening to me blah, 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 but I'm adding some 3D foam tape, and you'll notice I'm only putting it in very strategic locations on the back of that butterfly, and that's because my flowers are dimensional. So I'm just filling in the gaps so everything's kind of on the same layer. And I wanted to show these to you. I don't think I end up using them, but they're holographic sequins butterflies that come with this layout or collection. Very cool. So I printed my journaling on one of the Picture My Life cards, and I'm using this fancy or this tag border to create like a pull top, and I'm going to create a hidden journaling pocket because I had a lot to say and it's kind of personal, so I don't really want it on the front of my layout. So what I'm going to do is take my T-square ruler here and draw a line so I know where to cut a slit in my paper. Those flowers were getting in my way, so I'm going to come in from the right side of the paper. And then this is measuring 4 inches, so I'm lining it up where I want it to be. And then I'm going to draw a line with my pencil, just like so. I'm going to put a dot here and here just so we know the width. And then before I do that, I'm going to use my little mini hole punch and punch holes. And I'll explain why I'm going to do that here in just a second. So I'm punching through several layers of paper here, so it wasn't working. So when I laid it down and then pressed with the palm of my hand, that worked much better rather than trying to use the strength in my fingers. So I'm lining it up with those dots that I drew, and then we're punching 2 holes, one on either side. And now I'm going to connect them with my ruler and then use a X-Acto knife and cut across. So by punching the holes, that's going to protect that paper from further ripping. If I were just to cut a line, that line could continue to rip over time as I pull my journaling card in and out of the pocket. But with those round punched holes, it stops that, so it won't be a problem. I'm making sure my journaling block fits, and it does. That's going to be perfect. And then I want to use this border tab. This is a retired set. You can always spell out the words pull with any, if you have little alpha stamps, there's like the tiny typeset that would be perfect for this. But I'm just stamping, it says pull here, and then I'll have this in a top loading page protector so you can just reach in and pull that out. Now I want to create a little pocket on the back. So I've cut a slightly wider a piece of paper, and I'm going around my journaling block with the tape runner here. And I don't want it too tight. I'm leaving room so it can be kind of free to move in and out. This is going to keep that from falling down behind the page where you couldn't reach it. So we're just making sure, and that feels pretty good, sliding in and out there. This is a great way to add a lot of journaling, or if your journaling's private and you kind of want to hide it when people are flipping through your album. So I remembered I have these bluebell pearls, and I'm like, oh, I definitely want to add some of these to my diagonal embellishment cluster here. So I am pulling off, there's a couple different sizes, well, 3 different sizes. And so I'm just adding, some large, some small, and just putting them around my flower clusters. I'm holding it up in the light so we can appreciate that shine one last time. Ooh, shiny. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's layout and are feeling inspired. If you want to find out more about this collection, definitely check the description box below. There's all sorts of information there and the dates of those upcoming Facebook events from close to my heart. Here are some more videos I think that you will enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.